Hey guys, this is Dimitri here for Mass Coaching episode number 1, the very first episode of Mass Coaching, and you're here to watch it. It pleases me that you're alive to live it today. This week, the first week, we're going to focus on personal development and cover some basics of personal development. The ultimate goal of this series is for as many people in the world as possible to be happy. Hence, Mass Coaching. Alright, so covering some basics of personal development today, we are covering one aspect I'm interested in, which is the purpose of life. And this sounds very philosophical and very complicated, and it's a vast topic in a way, but it's actually not a vast topic. There is no purpose to life. That's my answer. Maybe you have spiritual answers to this question that are different to mine, and it's fine by all means. But if you're just down to earth and you're going through life and it's a bit tough, let me tell you this: there is no purpose to life. What happens is that you've been given 100 years of life when you were born. Your parents gave you 100 years of life, and you can do with this time whatever the fuck you want. So if anything makes you not happy and you want to stop doing it, you can stop doing it. If you want to start something a little bit crazy, but that's what you want to do, then that's your mission to do it. Because in 100 years, roughly, I mean, we're not all going to live until 100 years, and you're not 0-year-old today as you're watching this video, but basically, you've been given 100 years. What are you going to do? You can do anything you want. The limits that are presenting themselves to you, and we'll talk about this a little bit later on, are the limits you're imposing to yourself due to the beliefs you have about yourself and the beliefs about the things that you think you can do and the things that you think you can't do. But in all actuality, there is no limit. You can do whatever you want. So think about this. A few months ago, I was interested in the philosophy, actually last month, I was reading a bit of the philosophy of video games because I thought it was interesting that a lot of people get hooked to video games and they lose the spark for life. So how do you take this attraction for video games and put it back into life? That was a topic I was wanting to get answers from. And basically there is no difference between life and a video game. There's a lot of subtleties to that saying, but you're in a video game that's going to last 100 years. Now what are you going to do in this video game? Because ultimately when you were born you had nothing at all. And when you will die in so many years, and it's not too sad, it's just the end of the game, it's just the game is over, you can start another game. Probably, maybe, there's reincarnation, I don't have any answer on that either. But when the game stops, you're losing nothing else but the game itself. So you have 100 years to do whatever you want. What are you going to do that is to the profit of yourself and to the benefit of yourself and to the benefit of society? As a last point, it's actually really hard for people who study the science of consciousness. You can call it phenomenology or cognitive sciences. It's really difficult to know that we're not living in a matrix, that we're living in reality and that we're not in some simulator. So it doesn't matter, there is no difference. You're in a simulator where there's an environment around you, there's people and trees and birds, and you can do whatever you want that will benefit you and benefit your environment, the society. So that was my message for today. There's nothing you can't do and nothing has consequences, because this is all unreal. This is a simulator just meant for you to have fun. You've been given 100 years. What are you going to do with these 100 years from today on? That was my message for you today. Dimitri here from Mass Coaching. I'll see you tomorrow for another episode. See ya.